I've drawn a diagram here with a windward mark and a leeward mark, and the wind is a bit offset, so this is a slightly skewed course. I've written normal from the direction that the sailors are most often noticing, but some of the sailors on the course will also have noticed a puff on the left-hand side here. I've written puff there, and I've drawn a different direction for the puff wind. So I've drawn what's called a ladder rung, a line that is perpendicular to the wind direction, and those are helpful for comparing which boats are ahead and behind. So here I've drawn the bow of the blue boat, the starboard boat, just behind the ladder rung, and I've drawn the bow of the red boat just ahead of the ladder rung. So here the red boat is slightly ahead of the blue. So the red boat thinks maybe the blue boat will let me pass. The red boat yells, "Can I cross?" And often the automatic response, if you're on starboard and this boat isn't way ahead, you say starboard, because you have right of way. Why not? Let's play this forward, see what happens. So here the blue boat says starboard, the red boat tacks, and now you're in this position, and this is called lee bowing someone, because the red boat is off the blue boat's lee bow. In this position, the red boat actually disturbs the blue boat's wind slightly. So if my markers were the boats here, the blue boat would start to drift down into the red boat's even more dirty air as they sailed along. So the play here, to avoid getting sucked down, is for this boat to tack and start sailing this way. The red boat here has been redirected, so now they're sailing this way. And it actually looks like the red boat's going to get to the puff. And with this wind direction, maybe they get lifted right to the mark. It might be a while before this boat gets the wind, but as you can tell, they're in a worse position here. Maybe they start tacking and then the wind hits, so now they can only go in this direction, so they tack, and so on. So you can probably see what I'm getting at here. I'm playing it forward, and the red boat has actually gotten an advantage from having to tack, and the blue boat has actually hurt themselves by asserting their right, by saying starboard, don't cross. So I've played it out in a different way here. So same diagram to start off with, a skewed mean or normal wind, puff coming in from the left. We've got a ladder rung here with the blue boat. On this diagram, it looks like the blue boat's right on the ladder rung. This one, the red boat's slightly ahead. So can I cross? And the truth is that red can't cross without blue ducking. But it's worth blue taking this disadvantage, saying, cross, cross. And you want to repeat yourself, you want to yell, because they might not hear the first time you say. And I like to avoid the word go. And don't say go, 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 because go, go, go sounds like no, no, no when it's windy. So it's a good idea, if you want this boat to sail across in front of you, to say cross, cross. So here, let's play this forward in this situation. Now the blue boat looks like the red boat did before, sails to the puff, tacks, gets lifted to the mark. The red boat carries on their merry way, tacks, maybe eventually this puff sort of makes its way across the course. Maybe it doesn't, and red sails slowly for the rest of the time. But if the puff eventually makes it, now the new wind direction here makes it so that red has to tack their way up. Meanwhile, blue is already rounded the windward mark. So what I'm trying to show here is that yelling cross, cross, or starboard, starboard is actually a tactical decision. When red says, can I cross? That's actually a tactical throwdown. They're not saying, can I cross? They're saying, do you want to go left or do you want to go right? So here, if the blue boat wants to go left, but they also want to say, I have right of way, get out of here. Maybe they tack and tack back. So that's a better situation than sailing out here for no reason away from the puff. But even in this situation, the red boat gets to the puff first, and when they tack, even if they hit the puff at the same time, the red boat is inside the shift. Or if you wanted to draw this ladder rung of the new wind direction. So all this to say, the port boat says, can I cross? And that's an existential racing question. Do you want to go right or do you want to go left? Are you going the way you want to go, or were you about to tack? And so if blue is about to tack, there's no puff over here. Then blue says starboard and sails over to this side of the course, to whatever advantage is over here. But if blue is already going the way they wanted to go, it's worth losing this half boat length and saying, cross, cross, go ahead. You know, half the time the red boat probably says, thank you. So then the blue boat can go and execute their strategy, and the red can execute their strategy. In this case, the blue strategy is much better. So just to think about when the two boats cross, the tactical implications.